Danny had always been a skeptic, but something about his new apartment felt off. The first night he noticed the closet door was open. He distinctly remembered closing it before bed. Shrugging it off, he shut it again. At 3 a.m., a soft click woke him. The door had crept open. A chill ran down his spine. He got up, shoved a chair under the handle, and crawled back into bed. But sleep wouldn't come. A faint whisper drifted from the closet. "That won't keep me out." Danny's breath hitched. He grabbed his phone and turned on the flashlight. The closet was empty. The chair hadn't moved. Maybe he was imagining things. Maybe exhaustion was playing tricks on him. As he lay back down, he heard a quiet creak. The door inched open again, just an inch, but enough for something to watch. Danny refused to be scared of a closet. It was old, the hinges were probably loose. That's all. Still, he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The next night, he kept the lamp on. The closet door was shut tight. He even taped it closed. At 2:47 a.m., the tape peeled away. Danny sat up, heart pounding. Slowly, the door creaked open, just a crack. The darkness inside felt alive. He grabbed a flashlight and shined it into the closet. Nothing, just clothes and dust. Relieved, he turned off the light. But before he could lie down, a whisper slithered through the air. "You can't see me, but I see you." Danny froze. The voice was inside the room now, inches from his bed. His lamp flickered, and for the first time he saw a shadow move where nothing should. Danny bolted upright, heart hammering. The shadow slithered across the floor, stretching unnaturally. Shudder. His breath caught as the room grew colder. He reached for his phone, but the screen flickered and died. The whisper came again, closer. "You left the door open." Danny turned to the closet. The door was wide open now. The darkness inside wasn't empty. It was waiting. He lunged for the lamp switch. Light flooded the room. The shadow vanished. Panting, Danny staggered to the closet and slammed it shut. He pushed his dresser against it for good measure. Sleep never came that night. Every so often, he'd hear a faint, rhythmic tapping from inside the closet, like fingernails against wood. By morning, exhaustion consumed him. He laughed at himself. He had to be imagining things. But when he removed the dresser, the closet door swung open on its own. Danny decided to ignore it. Maybe the door was loose. Maybe the apartment was just settling. He convinced himself it was nothing. That night, he placed a heavy box against the door, just in case. At 3:12 a.m., something scraped against the floor. Danny jolted awake. The box had moved. The door was cracked open again. Then he saw it. A hand, fingers, impossibly long, curled around the edge of the door. Danny's body refused to move. His breath hitched as the fingers twitched, then the whisper, "Let me out." Danny grabbed his phone, turned on the flashlight, and pointed it at the closet. The hand was gone. The door was still ajar. He didn't sleep for the rest of the night. When morning came, he swore he was done ignoring it. He had to find out what was inside. Armed with a flashlight, Danny approached the closet. His hands trembled as he pushed the door open. Nothing, just clothes, shoes, and an empty shelf. He exhaled shakily, almost laughing. Maybe stress was messing with him. Then he saw it. Scratched into the back wall, deep and jagged, were the words, "Don't let it out." Danny's breath hitched. The closet felt different now, like the air inside was heavier. A cold breeze drifted from the darkness. His phone buzzed in his pocket. A text from an unknown number. It read, "You shouldn't have opened the door." Danny dropped his phone. His pulse thundered in his ears. The closet door slammed shut on its own. Something scraped from the inside. And then, the whisper, "Too late." Danny didn't go near the closet after that. He ignored it, but the shadow didn't ignore him. It crept under the door, stretching across the floor. At night, he saw it linger at the foot of his bed. One night, as he lay frozen under his covers, the bed dipped, like someone had sat down. A whisper drifted beside his ear, "Come closer." Danny jumped up and flipped on the light. The shadow snapped back into the closet like it had never been there. His breath came in ragged gasps. He needed to leave. He grabbed his phone and booked a hotel. One night away, just to clear his head. As he packed a bag, his phone buzzed. A new message. "You can leave? I'll be waiting." Danny's blood ran cold. It knew. And it didn't care. Danny checked into a hotel miles away, convinced distance would help. But that night, as he settled into bed, a familiar noise made his stomach drop. A slow creaking door. The closet. In this room. Danny's breath came in short gasps. He hadn't touched the closet, yet there it was. Open just a crack. He grabbed his phone with trembling fingers and turned on the flashlight. A message was scratched into the wood. You brought me with you. Danny's stomach twisted. He wasn't alone. Alone. Then from inside the closet came the whisper, "You can't run." Something shifted in the darkness, and the door swung open wider. Danny backed against the wall, phone shaking in his grip. He needed to get out. Now, the closet door yawned wider, revealing nothing but blackness. The lights flickered. The lights flickered. A shadow crawled across the floor, moving unnaturally, stretching toward him. Danny lunged for the door. He yanked it open and sprinted down the hall, not looking back. He didn't stop until he was outside, gasping for breath in the cold night air. He got in his car, hands trembling as he started the engine. He didn't know where to go. He just needed to be anywhere but here. As he sped down the road, his phone vibrated. A new message. "You left the door open." Danny's stomach twisted. He glanced in the rearview mirror. The back seat was empty. Then in the mirror's reflection, a shadow shifted, and something breathed behind him. Danny slammed the brakes, nearly spinning out. He twisted around. Nothing. The back seat was empty. His hands trembled as he gripped the wheel. Maybe he was losing his mind. Maybe exhaustion was making him hallucinate. Then he saw it. Outside, under the flickering streetlight, a tall, shadowy figure stood motionless. Danny's breath caught. It tilted its head. The streetlight buzzed and went out. When the light flickered back on, the figure was closer. Danny didn't wait. He hit the gas, speeding down the road. His phone vibrated again. "I don't need the closet anymore." Danny swallowed hard. The darkness wasn't trapped anymore. Now it was free, and it wanted him. Danny drove until dawn, exhaustion creeping in. The motel he found was run down, but he didn't care. He just needed rest. He left the lights on, checked the closet, empty, and locked the door. Finally, he let himself breathe, but at exactly 3 a.m., the power cut out. The room plunged into darkness. Danny sat up, pulse hammering. His phone was dead. Then a sound. A slow, deliberate knock from inside the closet. His breath hitched. It was open. The whisper returned, curling around him like ice. "No more running, Danny." The darkness at the foot of the bed stretched upward, and something reached for him. Danny screamed, kicking back against the wall as the darkness lunged. Cold fingers gripped his ankle. He thrashed, yanking himself free, scrambling to the bathroom. He slammed the door, gasping. Silence. Then, a slow scratching against the door. "You belong to me now." Danny clenched his jaw. No, not this time. He grabbed the motel's metal trash can and slammed it into the door. Again and again. The whispering stopped. Danny hesitated. Slowly, he cracked the door open. The room was empty. But on the wall, carved deep into the plaster, were the words, "Nowhere is safe." Danny ran. Danny drove straight to the library. If this thing was following him, he needed to know what it was. He searched for anything: urban legends, hauntings, unexplained disappearances. Then he found it. An old article, "The Shadow That Walks," a forgotten urban legend. It spoke of a being that hides in closets, watching. If you leave the door open too long, it attaches itself to you. And once it's free, it never stops hunting. Danny's stomach dropped. The final line made his blood run cold. The only way to survive is to trap it again. But how? A whisper curled in his ear. "You'll never close the door in time." Danny spun around. The library lights flickered. The shadows moved. Danny ran. He didn't know where, just away. But no matter how far he went, the darkness followed. He needed a plan. He had to trap it. He returned to his apartment. The air inside was heavy, wrong. The closet door was already open. Waiting, Danny clenched his fists. No more fear. He grabbed a rope and tied it to the door handle. If he could lure it inside, then the whisper, "You can't win." The lights died. The shadows exploded outward. Danny lunged, yanking the rope. The door slammed shut. A horrible screech shook the walls. The air turned frigid, and then silence. Danny collapsed, gasping. The room was normal again. Had he done it? For the first time in weeks, he slept. Until 3 a.m., a single knock echoed through the apartment. Danny jolted awake. His blood ran cold. The closet was still shut. The knock came again, but it wasn't from the closet. It was from inside the walls. Danny's breath hitched. Slowly, cracks spread across the drywall. The boards on the closet shuddered. Then the whisper, "You think wood can hold me?" The walls bulged outward. The room darkened. Danny barely had time to scream before everything went black. The apartment was empty when the landlord came by. Danny was gone. His car, phone, wallet, everything was still there, but he had vanished. The only thing out of place? The closet. The boards were ripped away. The door stood open. A new message was scratched into the wall. One door closes, another opens. The next tenant didn't believe in ghost stories. Until their first night. At 3 a.m. they woke to a sound, a slow creak. The closet door had opened, and from the darkness something watched.